So guys, you need to take a look at what this northern man said in this video, and the security agencies are still quiet. If what this guy said in this video was said by somebody from the southeast, hell would have been let loose. But I'm just going to allow you to take a look for yourself and listen to the language of this guy in this video and let me know your honest reaction. Don't also forget that a new terror group has emerged in the North Central. And guess what? They've been busy buying people. This time around, they are in areas of Kwara State. And recently, they bought so many people. Now, the military is giving marching order to its men to go clear up this terror group. So guys, the North is becoming a breeding ground for terrorists. And the Northern leaders are not speaking up. Everybody is silent. Now, I'm going to allow you also see what recommendations coming from people like Deji, Solomon, Lalong, and also Showore on insecurity. Just take a look at these videos.
Good morning, Nigerians. So, the President of Nigeria, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, thought that we are afraid of him. So, Mr. President, for your information, we are not afraid of you. Number one. I know the president might be confused that why is this boy speaking that way to him. So Mr. President, if you haven't forgotten, you as the ECOWAS chairman had a meeting and has signed a law that anybody that abused the beloved prophet Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that is our beloved prophet, the messenger and the last prophet, whomever abused him, you said that there is no any law or any consequences against him. So Mr. President, for your information, your message has been delivered. After that, we want to tell you that, Mr. President, number one, you should know that you are not the president of the Muslim. You understand? You are the president of Nigeria. Number one, you are the chairman of ECOWAS. You are not the chairman of the Muslim. So for your information, the president of Nigeria, let me tell you something. We are not afraid of you. We are not anybody that abused the beloved prophet, anybody that abused the prophet, Mr. President, believe me, that person is gone forever. Whether you like it or not, that person will be eliminated instantly, whether you like it or not, Mr. President. And let this one serve as a warning for you, Mr. President. We the Northerners are warning you. We are not even begging you. We are warning you. This one should serve as a last warning to you, the President. Let me tell you something. People are now here. Whatsoever that you are doing, people are just watching you. Don't engage yourself in religious matters, because as a president you might cause war. Don't forget that you are from Lagos, while the majority of the Muslims are in the north. That means you are causing religious war in your country. So Mr. President, let this one serve as a last warning. We are warning you. Hear it, Mr. President. You should hear it very well. We are warning you, not even begging you. We are warning you. This should serve as a last warning to you, and you shall go and remove that word that you have just made, Mr. President. Go and take back your words.
The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluyede, has given a marching order to troops of the Nigerian Army in Kwara State to flush out the new bandit group known as Mamuda, which recently migrated to the Kanji National Park and killed about 7 villagers in Ilesha Baruba and other parts of Kayama local government area of Kwara State. Oluyede gave the order while addressing the troops of 22 Armored Brigade, Sobi Cantonment, Ilorin, on the sideline of recent security challenges in the state, where he specifically told the troops to end the bandits within the maximum of 1 month to prevent them from spreading to other parts of the state. According to the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluyede, the earlier the troops solve the problem, the better for them, noting that the Nigerian Army cannot afford to allow the new bandits group Mahmuda to escalate to other parts of the state and country like the Boko Haram, informing this marching order to flush them.
Any support they require, we'll make sure we give them, including the air, to support you in operation. So that in the next 1 month, and listen to me, the earlier you solve this problem and go back to your families, the better for you. Now, it's a note of warning, because this was how we started in the Northeast, and we are still going to the Northeast every day, till today. So what I want you to go and do is to go once and for all, and chase them out of that place. Is that clear? Yes, so that you can go back to your families. Once you go with full force, and you flush them out of that place, all of us will rest. That's what I want you to do. Do you promise me that?
While telling the troops that their jobs as soldiers is not ordinary but sacrificial, and they must be ready to make the sacrifice for Nigeria to be better, he assured the troops of all necessary support in terms of equipment and welfare to make them comfortable, saying 100,000 uniforms are being produced monthly to ensure that the troops are well kitted.
As soldiers, our job is not ordinary, job of sacrifice. And we must be ready to do that sacrifice for Nigeria to be better, so that our children will have a place to live and be secure. Doing something cogent about uniforms. We are trying to produce as much as 100,000 uniforms every month so that we can kit you well. We have started by giving some divisions, and this will continue to do as much as possible so that you can appear well. In terms of accommodation, I have escalated our problems up to Mr. President. And I can assure you of Mr. President and the government's support to make things better.
Following the order of the Chief of Army Staff to flush out the bandits, residents of Kwara State and Nigerians by extension are eager to see this come to reality, while prayerfully supporting the troops to succeed.
Having security in Nigeria is because out of the about 350 policemen that we have in the country, almost 200,000 are following big men, Yahoo girls, Yahoo boys, you know, and all kinds of people they call VIP all over the country. That's the reason why we have insecurity. Yes, vagabonds who have access to cash. Anybody that have access to cash can hire police. Go to a nightclub in Lagos or in Abuja, you see young boys with 6, 7, 8 mopole going up and down. All the celebrities in Nigeria have mopole attached to them. All the governors have mopole attached to them. The deputy governor, their wives, their girlfriend, their concubines, all have mopole attached to them. Side chicks, all have mopole. So this is the reason why we're having insecurity in the country. So let's stop beating around the bush as if we don't know why they are killing people in Benue, in Plateau, in Kwara, in Gombe. Because there was an incident in Gombe as well. It's because there has been a collapse of policing in the country. The police are now busy looking for money. The other 150,000 that should be policing internal security, they are collecting bribe on the road. So nobody is really policing in the country. Nobody is policing. That's why we have insecurity in the country. The police have abandoned their constitutional responsibility of policing, and all they're interested in now is revenue generation to maintain the divisional police heads. Because the money meant for the divisional police heads are stolen by some people. So the DPO now has to find a way to fuel the car for patrol. So they need to find a way to fund the police stations. If we address corruption, insecurity will stop. Yes, we concede that the VIPs need some form of protection. So it will be unreasonable on our part to say, oh, don't protect the VIPs. Even in America, the VIPs are protected. I'm making 2 recommendations. Number 1, let us use the elite corps of the civil defense to protect the VIP. The elite corps of the civil defense to protect them. The police must go back to policing the nation. That is the only way that we can stop this growth of terrorist groups all over the country. Number 2, if we have reached a consensus that security agencies have failed, let us allow people to carry guns. Let us give license for citizens to carry guns. Like in America, if we all own guns, who will come to a community in Plateau to terrorize anybody? Who will come to a community in Benue to arrest anybody, or in Plateau, or in Kwara? So the basics, if the police and the government are not ready to remove police officers from the VIPs and allow police officers to go and police the nation, then we should reach a consensus that, oh, we have failed as a nation. Therefore, let us allow license for citizens to own gun. Thank you. This is my take. And A.K. Musa will now give his take, and we'll call it a day.
Decentralized policing. I've always been an advocate of not only state police. I'm in support of state police. I'm in support of campus police. I'm in support of every community
even
having their
village
own
village police.
I live in a village in the US that has 3,000 people. They have a police department with more vehicles than the Ondo State Command of the Nigerian Police. And anything happening to you, they promise you that in 3 minutes, they'll get to your house if you call the emergency number. So, but a lot of people are fearful that if governors have access to state police, they will use it against their opponents. Governors are doing that even with the national police. Governors are doing it with vigilantes. Basically, Nigeria is already having non-state actors that are being used as state police. The Anambra state government has an Agana chamber, what do they call it, whatever, Agana chamber. The Ondo state government has what it calls... No, Ondo state has
Amotekun.
The Southwest has Amotekun. But where the question lies is not just having state police, it's equipping them and paying them and training them properly. And that's where the federal government comes in, to be the regulator of all this policing across the country, such that if, for instance, a police unit and a state goes rogue, the federal police can come in and take it over, investigate and purge that. But we need policing at every level, at every level of any community, because people police themselves better when they know who their policemen are. But transferring somebody from Borno to go and police somebody in the Niger Delta region is not policing
at all.
That is imposing policemen on people. So let the people democratically also select their police and let them police themselves, but we must have oversight. That's where I differ. It's like there must be thorough oversight so that all these criminally intentioned politicians do not use that to abuse and violate people's rights. So that's all I would say with regards to that. But I welcome all that.
Gentlemen of the press, we are here this afternoon to address a press conference on burning national issues that borders on most specifically insecurity. So it's a press conference by a coalition of Nigerian patriots on the emerging narrative of genocidal killings in Plateau, Benue State, and most Middle Belt communities in Nigeria. In recent weeks, gruesome killings have escalated across Plateau, Benue, Nasarawa, Kaduna, Kogi, Kwara, and a few parts of the Northwest, with coordinated attacks, destroying lives, property, and livelihoods. Unfortunately, official narratives downplayed the severity, often contradicting first-hand accounts from affected communities. We are particularly alarmed by statements from federal officials like Bayo Onanuga and Daniel Bwala. Onanuga claimed that the killings are tit for tat, and Bwala's dismissive comments about governors misusing security votes show a troubling lack of empathy and understanding. These narratives distort the truth. Innocent citizens are being killed, massacred in their homes, not in combat zones. Even more disturbing is a viral video where a self-identified Fulani coalition openly claimed responsibility for the killings and issued conditions for the federal government. The question, therefore, is, who are their sponsors and backers? Are these backers within the corridors of power? Under what auspices are they operating? Will the federal government bow to them by ceding to their conditions. These individuals who have presently confessed to these crimes must be arrested and prosecuted without delay. Their impunity further erodes public trust and emboldens more violence. The attacks, especially in plateau communities like Bassa, Mangu, Bokos, and Riom, appear to be part of a deliberate campaign of land grabbing and forced displacement. The influx of unidentified persons into these areas following the killings raises critical questions about complicity and the failure of the state to protect its citizens. Historically, farmer-herder tensions were settled through community dialogue. Today's violence, however, is highly coordinated and far brutal, pointing to the deeper issues of land seizure, identity-based targeting, and a collapsed criminal justice system. We call on the federal government of Nigeria to collaborate with local authorities to arrest and prosecute both the perpetrators and their sponsors, if identified. We commend the courage of Plateau State's people and leadership and urge federal support to restore peace, justice, and dignity to these communities. Thank you very much for your audience.
Yes.
The issue of policing in Nigeria is very, very critical, and it's a constitutional issue. I personally think we must go back to Lancaster House Constitutional Conference and revisit the consensus reached by Nigerians about the nature of our democracy. Because ever since the military interregnum in 1966, Nigeria has been battling with different security challenges. It all started with armed robbery after the Civil War, and it has graduated to what we are dealing with today, organized criminality, which is terrorism. Let me speak about Plateau briefly. The military had released a security report indicating that 2 cells of ISWAP exist on the Plateau. And they arrested 2 founding members. Now, the dimension of the conflict on the Plateau is no more the ethnic or religious or farmer-herders conflict. It has graduated to a higher criminality. And the intentions of those who are attacking, killing, and displacing people is very manifest. It's just they are trying to replicate what they did in Zamfara. In Zamfara, majority of the population has been sacked. They are now refugees or internally displaced persons in metropolitan cities, while the rural areas have been taken over by these bandits with foreign nationals mining comfortably there. The same thing is happening in these areas in Plateau. If you take Bokos, Bokos is very, very rich in forest. Bokos also has huge mineral deposit and Bassa. So it's not mistaken that these things are happening there. There could be test grounds. And so calls have been made to the federal government, but I think I align myself with my brother Deji's submission. If the state cannot protect Nigerians, the National Assembly with a voice vote should amend the constitution to allow Nigerians bear arms. After all, it was a voice vote they used to declare a state of emergency in Rivers. Let them assemble. They don't even need the quorum anymore. 10 of them, just like they did in the Rivers situation, can assemble with a voice vote and then amend the constitution so Nigeria can bear arms and protect themselves. But these killings cannot continue like this. It must stop.
Thank you. So we
orientation, regardless of their faith, everybody in Nigeria who has identified as Nigerian deserve public protection. And we must state that what has happened in these communities mentioned, not only in Plateau, but in Kwara, where there is now a new terrorist regime in Niger, where Boko Haram has almost taken half of the state, including critical infrastructure that provides electricity to the country, shows a pattern of failure on the part of those who are governing Nigeria today. And while sometimes we like to call on the government to do what needs to be done, we also call on the people to see what they have done as total failure, and don't be afraid to pass a vote of no confidence on the government and the leaders of this country, because they have failed the people irretrievably and irredeemably. So we do not in any way, sitting here today, support any of the narratives that is dominant. We do believe that every Nigerian citizen deserves protection, and anybody who has identified himself as committing genocide or ethnic cleansing should be treated as such. And in some cases, when necessary, handed over to appropriate international communities where they can be taught global lessons. And this necessarily might include Nigerian officials who are aiding and abetting them. Because what has come out clearly in this is that you don't have a crime of this magnitude in Nigeria without official collusion. There are people who enable them. One doctor who is a weapon expert reached out to me, and he was mentioning the kinds of caliber of guns that are being used in these genocides. And they are not just military grade, they are ballistic grade weapons, particularly bullets, that can penetrate houses, that can kill up to 30 people at a time. They are using highly powered, well-trained snipers. And one thing we would like to warn Nigerians about is that whenever we take these things for granted, just take it that one day it might be your house.
Your turn.
It might be your turn, it will be your village that will be razed down by these marauding killer squads that are traveling across Nigeria. When we were saying to people that Southern Kaduna was a child play, now we have terrorist groups in Kogi State. We have them on the borders of Edo and Ondo State. So geographically, the terrorists are moving towards the Atlantic Ocean, and it's just a matter of time. So we call on Nigerians not to take these things for granted. Issues of security is not what you take for granted. But you know that your leaders don't care about you. And they will manage whatever territories are available and use whatever resources that is available and use the limited police that are well trained to protect themselves and their families. And what I would say finally is also that this speaks to the incompetence of our security agencies and agents and leaders. You all know that I always call for the removal of the IG of police. The failure in this particular shows that the IG is tired because he has retired. Otherwise, there's no way that IG that has 350,000 policemen cannot stop the killing of 50 people. And all the pretension that he has removed Mopo from individuals are just ways of carrying out laughable, pretentious, what I would call very superficial, and quite honestly, very ludicrous and foolish response to a major problem. You don't need to tell us that you have removed Mopo from VIPs to know that maybe the only VIPs they removed Mopo from are the ones who have refused to join the APC. The APC ones, I still saw them today. Their Mopos are intact, if they have not even had more since the IG spoke about this. So, but it's not a superficial solution. And this also extends to the military guys who are claiming that they are resolving these problems. What we are hearing is that the problems are escalating. The terrorists are getting emboldened, they are killing more people. They are taking more territory, they are taking more turf. And we just have to call on Nigerians to brace up for this and make sure that they push back, not in terms of killing or engaging in the type of things we saw where individuals are rounded up and killed by mobs. That's not what we are preaching. We're not asking for mob justice.
We're not advocates of,
We are not advocates of mob justice, but we're advocating for firm response to failed leadership in the country. Thank you very much.
So guys, you have seen it for yourself. You can imagine the audacity of this guy who was threatening Tinubu. If this guy was to be an Igbo guy or from the southeast, hell would have been let loose. I mean, the Nigerian military would have swung into action and tell you they know where you are living. They can track you. But they can't track all the terror groups in Nigeria that are kidnapping and buying people, and nobody cares. You know, this country, selective treatment is always the case. You know, some people feel they own Nigeria, they can do anything and get away with it. Tinubu is busy with 2027, no leadership on ground, leadership vacuum everywhere. When he was in Nigeria, Nigerians were saying he should come back. Now he's back. It's as if we don't even have any leader on ground. Courtesy of poor leadership, you know, when people don't even know what they were sent to also Rock to do. Anyway, he knows he didn't win the election. INEC rigged him into that position. So guys, you have seen what this guy said. You have also seen all the recommendation, including the new terror group in Nigeria. It's really so sad that while other countries are progressing, we are still here rigmaroling. It's really, really sad. And I just pray that God will help us out of this situation. So guys, let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others, and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you.